First, let's take a look at South Africa closely. We've been following the Indian team very closely, but South Africa, who do you think can be the X factor for South Africa, a player that India need to be wary of today?
Yes, I think the X factor for South Africa could be Marco Jansen, because with both in bat and ball, he can change the complexion of the game. So coming down the order at number 6 or 7, he can hit the long ball. So in that 1 over, if he gets maybe 2 or 3 sixes, he can make a difference with that. And in 1 over, if he takes a couple of wickets as well, then he can make a difference over there. So I think the X factor for me will be Marco Jansen. But there's also Aiden Markram, who's been in very good form, and Quinton de Kock, who always loves playing against India. But Markram's, more than Markram, it's Jansen's the man who's India will have to watch out for.
Okay, so you've got to watch out for Marco Jansen. He's had a good record versus India, and that's what Mr. Gavaskar is also alluding to. But Sunil, for India, the X factor for the longest time in T20 cricket has been Abhishek Sharma. Unfortunately, not the tournament that he would have liked, yet to get off the mark. 3 ducks for him. If you could have a word with him right before this game, what would you say to an Abhishek Sharma?
I would say to him, like I've said in the previous game as well, just take a single. Even if you've got to wait 2-3 deliveries for it, just take a single, just to get that monkey off your back of having got out for zeros. Then you can start playing your attacking game straight away after that, because that's the game that you know best. So it's best to play the game that you're comfortable with. But first, get off the mark. That is the priority.
Saibhai, South Africa have decided to bat first. That means India is going to be bowling now, and this is going to be the very first time that they'll be bowling first. What do you think would be a safe total now, knowing the conditions there in Ahmedabad, for India to chase?
What I think would be a good total for India to chase would be around 160, 165, because that is something that the batters are capable of overtaking. If they get off to a good start, anything over 175, 170, 175 will be just a little bit of concern because of the lack of runs from Abhishek Sharma's bat. If he gets going, then even 180, 190 will not be too tough for India.
You know, Saibhai, one thing that has been spoken about a lot in the lead up to this game is the off-spin threat of South Africa. We saw Aiden Markram for the 2 days that he was practicing there, spend a lot of time in the nets bowling those off-spin. And we've seen that the Indian batting lineup, especially the top order, because you've got so many left-handers, against off-spin. So in that sense, what do you reckon? What do you make of bowling or off-spin bowling challenge for the Indian team?
I don't think that should be too much of an issue, for the simple reason that down here, there's not that much help for the spinners. The ball isn't really gripping as much, and therefore I don't think that should be too much of a worry for the Indian left-hand batters.
Okay, a word on Tilak Varma, Saibhai. He's gotten runs in this tournament so far. Many, if you look at his total numbers of run, it doesn't look that bad on paper. However, there's been that one criticism that has come his way that, you know, he's not upping the tempo. He's batting in a crucial position. That is number 3. And sometimes if your openers don't fire, you need your number 3 to really step up at the rate which allows then the Indian team to put a good total. What would you be expecting out of Tilak in this game? Continue with that conservative approach and consolidation that he's been doing, or no, bat aggressively, set a good high-scoring platform for the rest of the batters to follow?
Well, I think because of the fact that Abhishek Sharma is getting out cheaply, is the reason why Tilak Varma also has to make sure that there is a little bit of a partnership. You don't want to lose 2 or 3 wickets in the power play. So he's playing according to the needs of the team and according to the situation he finds himself in. Once he finds that that there is no tension, no pressure, he will be back to his attacking best.
Okay, a word on Arshdeep as well, Saibhai. He's India's highest wicket taker in T20 eyes, but has been just a bit off the boil in this tournament. He's playing, so that's another stamp of approval, assurance by the Indian captain in Surya Kumar Yadav. He's backing him, and that's great to see. But what do you expect to see out of Arshdeep in this game? And in that sense, then, does this become a crucial game for the Indian fast bowler with the rest of the tournament in mind?
Well, it's a crucial game for everybody. It's not a crucial game for just one person, because this is the runners up of the previous World Cup final. This is a team that has recently beaten India in a Test series. Both the Test matches, and this is a team that has so many players who play in the IPL, and so therefore they are experienced with Indian conditions and the pressure of the Indian crowd. So it's not just a player, but for everybody, it's a big game. This is probably going to be the biggest game for India in the entire tournament. Maybe apart from the final, I think this will probably be the biggest game for India in this tournament.